Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. Um, so yeah, I did a thing. So I'm stepping up my game. I ended up switching from the central machinery that I had, the the beater car, good starter car, moving up to the Ferrari of lathes, record power. This one that I got a few extras to go with it. Um, This is a record power Cornet Envoy. It's a 16-inch lathe. This one's got all metal uh, cast iron legs, so it's much heavier than the one that I had. So I thought I'd take you guys along tonight for getting it unboxed. I literally haven't done anything since I put it in the shop, so let's get cracking. I want to get this thing open. I'm I'm excited. This should up my game by like a lot. So I also stepped up. This lathe is capable of doing 39-inch bowls. So if you can imagine what 39 inches looks like, yeah, it'd be a big bowl. So I got the cast iron. Everything on this thing is cast iron. So, I mean, it's going to be much heavier, much nicer. It's just going to be way better than what I had. So, um,
Let's get unboxing. What I'm unboxing right now is going to be the outboard. This thing has an outboard on it. So this just gives me the capability. And for some reason I lost the mic, so we're going to take the mic off.
that you guys pointed upwards, maybe. I'm just saying right up. There we go. Okay. Starting to look like a light, ain't it? Alright, so what I did right there was I made sure that my points lined up. So your tailstock point and your headstock point. You gotta have 2 points so that they line up and they're perfect. So as you can tell, I'm gonna get it in there. So see how the 2 points just perfectly line up? So you gotta make sure that they line up. So that's why now the headstock is in place. So everything is good with it. So that's a bonus. Because if the points don't line up, here, let me show you on my other one. Alright. So I know this one lines up. This head does not move. So this head does not spin, swivel, or anything else. This head is perfectly stationary. It ain't gonna move, period. So now you take the 2 points Because you see how I got this point here and this point here need to come together, and they need to be able to line up. See how they line up? Okay. That tells you that
Because everything's based on turning on center. So if you're doing spindle work, or if you're doing bowls, or you got two pieces of wood, or you got a piece of wood in between these 2 points, that they make that the points actually equal. So that way, if this point is over here and this point is over here, well, now you're gonna have kind of stuff like that going on, and you can't, and it's hard to turn. You're never gonna have anything perfect. Nothing's gonna run true. You're looking at damaging belts, bearings, you name it. You're looking to just damage a lot of stuff. So you got to make sure your points line up before you get going. And I like this lathe because a lot of features. And we'll go into those here in just a little bit. But once you lock this down, and I can actually take and pull this head, I can make this head come all the way over here. So if I wanted to turn a smaller piece and have more headstock, center of the lathe, pushing down on the lathe, because I mean all of this is all heavy. So you put the weight and distribute it straight down, which is better instead of having it off kiltered. So I mean you can do that, and then the other thing is this thing is built like, pardon the English, but built like a brick shithouse. There's not a lot. I mean, now with everything on it, my other lathe, I could have just went like that and the whole thing would have tipped over. But this one, you do that and it ain't going anywhere. I mean, it's downright locked in. So I'm really loving this. I can't wait to get turning. I'm hoping to have. I'm hoping to be able to turn something probably maybe Sunday, and I'll try to bring you back for part of that. Yes, it's starting to look like a lathe. I am not quite done yet. I will try to get as much of this done as I possibly can. I'll bring you back either Saturday afternoon or I'll bring you back Sunday, and we'll try to get something turned. I've got a project all lined up, ready to give this thing a workout and to give it an opportunity to see what happens. So I think this thing is just going to be great. I still have to get the control box mounted and get a few other things. That was the other thing too, is I can get this control box. I can leave the lathe on, but I have emergency stops now. I didn't have emergency stops on the other one. I'll walk you through a little bit more of this once I get the rest of it set up. So, but for an hour and 49 minutes to see me set up a lathe, it's actually, I'm really starting to love my new lathe. And I haven't even gotten a chance to turn on it yet. So, I just like the way it's built. I just like a lot of things about it. There's a lot to like. So, I will get the outboard put together and get it squared. I'll get the control unit, get it up, and then I'll show you a really cool feature with that on there. So there's a ton of cool features with this one. So I can't stop bragging enough, okay? It's just my natural habit. So, all right. So for now, BRS Wood Turnings and Woodworks, we upgraded. We went to a Ferrari. Woohoo! All right, guys. This will be my second time trying to start this. Looks like my audio stuff that I had being able to hook up to the phone and have the mic on me no longer is working. So I guess I will try to troubleshoot that. I'll do that later. I want to get this video done. Because tonight I will get the editing done and get it up tonight. So, yes, I upgraded. So you see me unboxing. I hadn't gotten the shelf put in yet. So I got the shelf done. I got the outboard on and put together.
Yes, I did get a little dirty yesterday. It was late yesterday afternoon when I got it dirty. I just turned a quick piece because I'm working on another project, which I just turned it enough to get a tenant on it and to test everything. I had to do it between centers. So, I mean, it came with the faceplate, came with some stuff, but downfall, my chuck that I used to have does not fit on this lathe. So, went from a 1-inch shaft up to 1.25 inch shaft with 8 TPI. So, unfortunately, I have to get a new chuck. So, I looked at doing some adapters. They have adapters. And then I looked at some YouTube channels that had the adapters. Just sticks it out there a little bit farther than what I really want it to do. And I want to be able to have it right on the shaft itself. The shaft is actually set up to have the chuck right on it and not have it. And then the other thing is this thing's got forward and reverse. So I need the Allens to tighten it down onto the shaft so it can't spin off, which is a good thing if we're turning. So this thing has got so many cool features. So the outboard, I hadn't gotten that part put together yet. Yesterday I did get it put together. I got it secured down. So basically what I can do now is I'm going to spin this arm, and it came with a bowl tool rest, which is going to be kind of nice. So I can spin that around, and I can bring that out, and I can slide this all the way out. I can turn the headstock, so I can pivot the headstock all the way 90 degrees. So I can be turning over here instead of turning over. I mean, this is 16 inches between center of the spur to the bed is 8 inches. So gives me 16 inch capacity. So that's what they mean when they say that. So yeah, this outboard is going to give me a little bit more functionality. I did not have that on my other lathe. Do I wish I had something like that? Yeah. But then I probably wouldn't have upgraded. I got variable speed, I got forward, I got reverse, 3 belt positions on this thing. I mean, this thing is just, it's too sweet. It's all cast iron, no tin legs. So we got rid of the tin legs, especially for some of the stuff that I'm going to be starting to do again. And yes, if you went back and looked at some of my videos, I was working on a dog urn. Wood was extremely wet. Just about killed myself a couple times. Tools bouncing back at me. Lathe walking all over the place. You know, when it takes ratchet straps and cinder blocks to hold your lathe down, it's probably time to upgrade. Especially if you start doing bigger projects, bigger jobs. So it's got my locking, so I can lock the headstock or lock the tail or lock this down. Positioning. It's got positioning, so that way if I say I want something to be marked and I want to do some kind of decorative at, whatever on this side, then I can measure with these. You can measure it all the way around and lock it into the next position, and then measure it in at the next position. You want to do your measuring, and they'll be symmetrical all the way around. So that's kind of a cool feature too. I have it on my other one, but I just think getting it in small one was really cool. And now getting it in my bigger one, this is going to be just totally awesome. I'm be able to do bigger projects. So yeah, with the headstock being able to swivel, move, and this headstock slides all the way down to the middle of my lathe. I mean, everything about it is just totally awesome. So I'll show you a couple of really cool features. So now I have a control unit down here. So I have my control unit, so I can start this, and basically all I'm doing is just powering it on. That's all that's going to be there for. It's just powering it on. And then I have all my controls over here. Now, cool thing. I told you I wanted to show you something really cool. I can go there. I can go over here. I got the stop, which is right at my hip level, which is kind of cool. So, got my forward, got my reverse. I'm gonna dial for my speeds and the start. So once you kick that on, she'll start rotating. So, got the tray in. I love it. I just, everything about this thing has just been totally awesome. So I want to stand you back up just really quick. All right, how's that? That better? That's pretty cool. All right, so the other really cool thing I like about it is now it's on. You don't hear anything. So now I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to dial up the speed just a little bit. That's it. And I'm rotating. And you can see the wheel spinning. I'll take you over and show you. It is moving. So it's just that quiet. Which I think is awesome for me, especially doing these YouTube videos and stuff, and I'm trying to talk while I'm turning and stuff, which will be kind of cool. I mean, that's running at 470 RPM. This is in the belt is in the middle position right now. So 420 is low for the middle position. And 1750 for the middle position with the belt is the high on it. So I mean, you can dial it back down. Dial it down pretty quick. And then, like I said, I'm turning. I get into a situation just that easy. Just boom, and it's off. So, and then I can pull the emergency stop again, and I'm back up and running. I mean, I have to push the start button, but that's kind of nice. So, tailstock. I love it because everything's, well, right now everything's really smooth. So, you see me trying to protect my little one with wood slats. I'll be doing the same with this one. Go in and clean the bed every once in a while. Just make sure the bed's nice and clean. Give it a good blow down. Make sure that you get all the dust out from everything. So I absolutely love it. I did turn yesterday. It was so smooth, and I kind of guesstimated. I was just playing around, just tried to guesstimate where my center was at, and it handled it perfectly fine. So I was able to round out what I needed to have done fairly quick, which I thought was pretty cool. So I thought I was just like, okay, yeah, that looks about right. And then pushed the tailstock up, wound it up tight. That looks about right. Locked everything down. It had no movement. So, yeah. Wet logs, bring them on. The Terminator will eat them up. So, I just, everything about this one, and I've been working, towards this at some given point in time, but this is just going to give me bigger opportunities, more opportunities. taking full logs now and be able to do, you know, full size, big bowls, you know, be able to turn out here. I'll have to get some of it when we get it squared, but if I bring the tool rest in, I won't have 16 inches, but I can bring it out and then work it this way too. So I can do that, or I can faceplate it, and if it's not super bad or I've got it fairly close, I can bring it out and I can actually turn. I can actually turn off center, so this head will actually pivot just at a 45 too for me. So I can be working out here and actually see what's going on inside the bowl and being able to hollow stuff out. So no, like doggers and any of that kind of stuff, this is just going to be, that's just going to be butter now. So, but I have to wait until my new chuck shows up. So 1 inch to 1.25 inches. I figured it was going to fit. It did not fit, but we'll get the new chuck. Hopefully it'll be here by the middle of the week, maybe, I hope. So I love my Record Power, and that's what I use is Record Power chucks. This is an SC3, and I really thought that this was going to work, but obviously it did not. But you know, I've had these chucks literally since I've started turning, and maybe it's time to upgrade my chucks too while I was at it. So I'm gonna upgrade to a little bit bigger, better chuck again. I know I'm still tossed on this one because I couldn't go back to my S3, because the S3 is only in 1 inch, so I had to upgrade to like a next chuck up above it, which will do the 1 inch or 1.25 inches. You can get it in either style. So and yeah, I picked these because at the time they were what I could afford and what I could do. But I really started liking these chucks, so I bought another one just because I had 2 lathes at the time. So it was nice to have, you know, 2 chucks, being able to, you know, go from one lathe to the other lathe, or unscrew this one, put it on here. Now I pulled the empty chuck off, put it on here. And well, now I'm not going to work on that because I need to do this other thing on this one to get to that point of that project again. So I'd be turned on this one and then go back over and go, okay, well, how's this going to fit? So go over and, you know, kind of mess with that and get that one squared again. And then, yeah. So just having a couple chucks in the shop it will be nice, or is nice. So we'll see how that plays out. What else can I tell you about this little bad boy? I absolutely love it. I only turned just that one little thing. I turned a 10 on it, and that was it. So, but that'll be a whole nother video. I'm doing some little tiny trinket pots. I'm not kidding you. Nah, wait a minute. I got one. So yeah, these trinket pots, I'm not kidding you. They're not very big. They are extremely small. So I'm gonna try to do before Mother's Day. I'm gonna try to do a bunch of these, and then I'm gonna get teamed up with one of the girls in the store, and we can put they can put a ring in there, and or a necklace or whatever, and you can give it to Mom for Mother's Day. So this will be one of my things that I want to try to do. So. And then I got going on a cribbage board yesterday, so that's why I'm gonna make another one of these little pots. So basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do that so that way I can put the pegs in there, and then that'll get the board will get drilled out. That trinket pot will house the pegs for the board, and then yeah, so that's what I got planned to do. yeah, it's already Sunday, my weekend. Setting this little guy up. I wouldn't say little. She's a pretty heavy beast, so I just absolutely love it. So I thought I'd just bring you back real quick, show you. I got the tray, I got the control box, I got everything all put together on it now. Got to do a little turning on it, waiting for the truck to show up, hopefully by midweek. So next weekend, you'll have to stick around. I'll get a video up next weekend of turning something on this thing. I got a live edge bowl I want to get done, and then another regular bowl I want to get done. They're actually going to be fairly good size, so they'll be all of 16, at least all of 16. So we'll go with that and see what happens. And actually, I have the chunk that the bowl is going to come out of. This little bad boy right here. It's where one of the bowls will come out of. Is out of this little piece right here. So I'm getting anxious to chuck this up and get going on it. So I'll bring you back next week, and today I'm just gonna work on the trinket pot. That'll be another video. So, all right, see you guys.